This month on the blog, I am participating in a super fun challenge. It's called the $100 Room Challenge, where you make over an entire room in 1 month with only $100, which is kind of a big deal because this month I am tackling a bathroom remodel. And even with such a tight budget, I just could not get away without replacing the bathroom vanity. It was ugly, it was outdated, and it was just not functioning for the space. So I've decided to build a new vanity. I have some leftover 1x6 boards from our fire pit that we built last summer. And I have the boards left over because at the last minute we decided not to include backs on a couple of the benches. So I'm actually going to rip down these boards to create the wood I need for my vanity. But don't worry, if you don't have lumber lying around, I still designed these plans so it's a super budget-friendly vanity option. And you can find those plans on housefulhandmade.com. I'll make sure to put a link in the description. So let's get to building.
Since the legs and the skirt of the vanity are made out of 2x wood, I first had to create my own 2x's out of these 1x6 boards. So I started by cutting them roughly to the size I needed. I gave myself an extra inch on either side so I could square the boards up nice later. And then I glued them together. I ended up creating 4 different sandwiches of boards, 2 of them for the legs. And because those are cut at an angle, I was able to fit both the legs easily on one 2x6. However, I discovered the problem with my glue up of the 1x6s was I was also thinking I would get 2 2x4 sizes out of the other pieces. But 1x6 is only 5.5 inches wide, and a 2x4 is actually 3.5 inches wide. So I ended up having my top skirt a little shallower than what I had originally planned. But in the plans, if you go to the website to download them, they will actually be for 2x4 wood. Once the glue up on my 2x boards was all dry, I cleaned up the boards, and then to cut the taper on the legs, I reused a taper jig that I actually created for some nightstands that I built, and I'll put a link to that. It's got all of the details for that taper jig in the blog post. And then I took my pieces to the Craig jig to use pocket holes. And I'm using pocket holes to attach the skirt and the decorative pieces because it is just super easy, and I love the strength that it gives this vanity. And with all the pieces cut and with my pocket holes, it was time to put it together. And I love that this vanity is not only cheap, but also easy to put together. So I started with the legs, and I cut the 2x4 pieces for the top skirt at a 5-degree angle. With the measurements for the leg pieces, it creates a 5-degree angle on the taper. Then I took a second piece that was going to be just decorative below this skirt. The main reason for this decoration is to hide the sink from view. So I took the piece and I cut one side at a 5-degree angle, and then I held that up against the board and marked where the other 5-degree angle is. These are not easy to figure out measurements, so the easiest way to do it is to actually just lay it into place and mark it. I added pocket holes to this piece as well, making sure to change my pocket hole jig for the thinner 3/4 inch thick material and attach that to just under the skirt between the legs, but I gave myself a 1/2 inch gap. Then I repeated again with a 1x2 to create that decorative front edge. Then I created the back with the same process. However, I did not include the 2 decorative pieces. It's just the legs with the skirt in between it. And with the front and back fully assembled, it was time to attach the 2 pieces together. The sides have the same decoration as the front. So the top starts with a 2x4, and then with the same 1/2 inch spacing, I include a 1x3 and then a 1x2 at the bottom. Because the sides do not have that taper on them, it's nice and easy to just cut the pieces and attach. I used a little 1/2 inch block to help keep my spacing perfect. I attached all 3 boards to one of the legs on the front, and then I attached 3 boards to the same front on the opposite leg before then attaching them both to the back. And now things are really starting to look like a vanity. If you don't need the additional storage in a half bath you could actually install the vanity just as is, and I think it would be absolutely beautiful. But because this is our kids' bathroom, we needed a little more storage, someplace to put all of those towels. So I'm adding a shelf on the bottom that is going to be open, but it will allow us a great place for storing all of our towels and some baskets with all of the things that the kids have in the bathroom. To attach the shelf to the legs, I wanted to use pocket holes so that all of the attachment is hidden, but the pocket holes on the sides would be visible. So I actually set my pocket hole jig for 1.5 inch material, and I put a pocket hole on the bottom of this 1x3. Now that way it can be attached with glue and it should be nice and strong, but I won't be able to see that pocket hole. Then I cut all of my pieces, my slats, and I attached the sides to the front and all of the slats to the front and back with just 1.25 inch finish nails. For the gap here, I used a 5/8 inch spacing, and again, I just cut a little scrap of these boards to 5/8 inch to make adding all of the slats super quick and easy. And the slats are set so they're flush with the bottom, so I have a little bit of a lip there to hopefully help keep things from falling. One of the challenges I had to overcome with this bathroom remodel is all of the pipes, including the drain pipe for the bathroom sink, actually come up through the ground. They're not in the wall. But I still wanted an open vanity, so I'm going to make it work. I built our bottom shelf. I actually made all of the slats short, and so I bumped it out enough to clear the pipes in the back. This will hopefully help hide the pipes a little bit. They'll still be there, but it's not going to be the center stage once I have towels and things folded on the shelf below. Next, I attach the shelf to the vanity. Now, this is actually one place that I would recommend not doing this in the same order that I did. And on my build plans, I have fixed this because I also added a 1x2 as a little bit of an extra shelf support around the top and back of the shelf, just to prevent things from being pressed behind the vanity or being lost. And the problem I had is once I attached the shelf, I was no longer able to use my same pocket hole trick on the bottom of the little shelf rail. So I would attach the shelf rail first, that way you can use the pocket hole on the bottom, as opposed to what I did here is by using pocket holes on the inside, on the side that was going to be open to the toilet, and on the side that was going to be facing the wall, I put the pocket holes on the side so that they were hidden up against the wall. This helped to hide them the best that I could, and I only had a few pocket holes I needed to fill to get the whole thing to look nice and perfect. And once I got that little shelf rail installed, the vanity was all done. I did take it inside to do a quick dry fit to make sure that it cleared all of the pipes and fit into the bathroom, and it did perfectly. So it was time for filling all of my holes that were needed to be filled, and sanding and staining. And I could not be happier with how this vanity has turned out. It is so fun to be creative and to use what you have, which even if you don't have wood lying around, I still made this vanity plan so it doesn't use expensive hardware, and you can do it with inexpensive wood to still get an amazingly beautiful vanity on a budget.